So today I'm at the Mandalay. I got the two brothers, the owners of the boat, with me, and we're doing some question and answers and stuff like that, and have them tell me about their journey or venture in purchasing this thing. My name's Grant. This is my dog Susie. Hey, say hi. Recently I purchased a 1978 Irwin Mark III sailboat. It's a center cockpit, and man is it a project. Follow me as I rehab my boat and sail off into the sunset. All right, John, I met you first.
Yeah.
We'll have you talk. Obviously your name's John, and you're still currently working, right?
Correct, yeah.
And you're a rigger of some type of thing?
Yeah, oil and gas,
Okay.
rope access.
Okay. And Ron, I met you just, what, a couple weeks ago?
I think a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're retired?
I'm the brother of John.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm a retired helicopter pilot.
Okay.
Trying to go after the dream with my brother John.
There you go. So tell me about, I guess, the early onset or beginning when you guys thought about getting a boat. How long ago was that? Like, hey, we need to get a boat.
Johnny found the boat.
Okay.
Yeah. But I had been looking for something that's reasonably priced for 10 years.
Okay.
Not this ridiculous price that's overpriced, commercially built junk.
Okay.
So, and then just a couple of years ago, I saw Mandalay up for auction.
Okay.
I stumbled across the auction site for the U.S. government. And then basically
what year was that, you think?
would have been
We got this
2020.
We got this January
I
2021.
Yeah, I did the first bid
In November or December of 2020.
Yeah, November 2020. Yeah.
I had a small sailboat that my dad gave me. I was sailing around the Caribbean, and I wanted to upgrade to a bigger boat. Johnny had found the website, auction website, in December of 2020, and he said, "I got this boat." He said, "If I get it, you want to like partner up?"
Go
And I
halves.
said, "Yeah, partner up on the money, partner up on the work, and we both get the bigger boat."
Yep. And then
So we found the website.
Found the website, and it went up for auction for the second time in November.
So did you bid on it more than one time?
Yeah.
So what happened?
This was the first time.
So what happened the first time that you bid on it?
It didn't meet the reserve, as they say.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they didn't accept my highest bid, which was
But it was a
It was
federal auction.
it was federal. Oh yeah, it was.
So that was weird. That they didn't accept the bid.
And then I went to work January in the Yukon Territory where I live, and then it went up for auction again. The guy called me up. He said it's going up for auction again. All right. And then it went up for auction, and I kind of you can kind of figure out how many people are bidding on it. It was me and one other person, and then I bid on it, and then bang. But it said I was the highest bidder, and then it said you didn't win. Yeah, you didn't win it basically. And then let me think. And then I called him up, and he says, "No, Johnny, it's all right." He says, "You were the highest bidder, but I thought it was higher than what we paid for the boat."
Okay.
Oh man. And then he came back. He says, "Let me talk to the guy." And then 3 days later, he called me up. He says, "Johnny, you bought a boat."
Yeah, he was calling me
Yeah.
or texting me, and he kept saying, "Well, my bid's up at this amount," and I'm like, "Oh, jeez, I don't know." And then I said, "Okay," and then he called me back, "Oh, my bid's at this amount." I'm like, "Whoa, let's reel this in, man.
Yeah.
Hold on, right?"
And this is sight unseen
Sight
over
unseen.
the internet
It was a federal.
by looking at pictures.
That's it.
Yeah, and it was the pictures were rough, fairly rough.
So you talk about federal deal, so that makes me believe something weird. I've already let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah,
It's a drug seized
that's
boat.
what we're not telling you.
So tell me a little bit about that. You've already seen the video I put out, and so have a lot of other people. But tell me the kind of backstory. So now you bought yourself a drug seized boat. What did they tell you about that?
They didn't. Basically, it was just like a few dribs and drabs of okay, this is it was, and then I started doing my homework, and I'm like, well, wait a second, it was a Canadian guy. I'm like, oh
Johnny's doing his homework. And let me jump in. And I'm out.
Yeah.
I was out on my other boat in the Caribbean and hanging out with my girlfriend in Florida. And he's feeding me the information. And basically, sight unseen, they have pretty much no information. They wouldn't really, this is a federal auction, they wouldn't reveal any information. But Johnny did all this researched the name, and he was able to get the hull number and all of this stuff. And he got all this information that they didn't actually reveal, which helped us with the decision, right? So what did you end up finding out?
And then I found out this guy, it wasn't his first go round. It was like he got pinched more than once.
Yeah.
This is like his at least third go round.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh no, this guy's gonna want his boat back, and then he
was smuggling drugs in this boat,
Yeah.
and they nabbed him.
27 or 28 7-gallon jugs of liquid meth
Right.
right here on the dance floor.
Yeah. But
See-
Johnny, so sight unseen, I wanted to know, like, okay, I mean, what is this doable? I mean, can we get this boat going and everything? And so it was unknown because they wouldn't tell us anything, right? So it could be a horrible boat. Johnny said he researched it and they nabbed the guy like 200 miles offshore going from, I guess, Mexico to Canada, as the story goes, right?
Yes.
And so we talked and we said, well, the boat was floating when they nabbed the guy. And the boat was going from Mexico to Canada and it was 200 miles offshore. So the boat floats and it goes. So we thought, okay, well, that's something,
Yeah.
right?
At least it floats.
Right?
Yeah. And he was 200 miles offshore, so the engine must run.
The engine must run.
Yeah.
And then, so then he did all the research about then the water in the bilge and everything. What was that about?
Oh my God! And they said it was higher than it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't much, only a few inches.
So,
Right? So we sucked that out, and then Ronnie said, we won the auction.
Yeah.
I won the auction, and I called Ronnie up. He says, I'll go halves.
Yeah.
And I'm, all right, perfect. So do you want me to tell you how much we paid, or?
no,
Yeah.
let's
Oh,
keep
okay.
that.
Oh, we'll keep it. We'll keep it.
that.
Yeah, we don't want to reveal how much we paid. But when Johnny, because Johnny kept going up and up, and I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
whoa, but and then he got the
So you got the boat,
yeah.
and now,
Yeah, Ronnie transfers half.
yep.
And then Ronnie's like, I said, Ron, I can't get the time off yet. It's because I'm doing this critical job. And Ronnie's like, I'm gonna go up to Oregon. He said, I'm gonna go take a look at the boat. You tell him about what happened. When
So hold on there. So we had, I think both of you, we've discussed it about the boatyard situation.
Yeah,
so without hammering.
So you're like boatyard.
Without
boatyard.
hammering and making any
No.
accusations or anything.
Oh,
No. I mean the boatyard.
So it's my boat, or it's your boat.
Yeah.
You go there, you see the boat, and you want to go onto your boat. Tell me about that story.
Yeah. So Johnny was working and I wasn't working, and so I said I'm gonna go. I was on my boat in the Caribbean, so I had to mess around with my boat, get it into a marina, and then come over and look at what we bought, what Johnny bought, right? And so I go there, talk to the guy, and
The head guy of the
the
boat.
head guy of the boatyard,
Yeah,
right? And
okay.
no disparaging stuff to him. He was a nice, friendly guy, and everything was fine. But I guess he was following these rules in his boatyard that you can't actually go and see the boat. You can't
the
even
owner.
go in the yard. We couldn't even go on the boat, in the yard, nothing.
Even
right?
though you owned it.
Even though we owned it. And then there was a comment that came out, I guess to Johnny by email, or I saw it, something. They said, nobody's moving this boat until I get paid from the federal government. But we had a title, we had all the legal documents from the federal government, we had a receipt of sale, and we had a transfer of ownership, and the federal government sent us a document from their lawyers saying, okay, they can come and possess the boat now.
Yep.
But the guy said, I'm not moving this boat until...
He's wanting his mortgage fees, which I get, but
Right,
has
from
no-
the federal government.
Yep, which has nothing to do with you guys. You're
Right.
just a brand new owner of
Right.
a boat, legally, lawfully,
Right.
possess it, it's registered, it's
Right.
licensed, it's insured, and
Right.
all that stuff. And this
Right.
guy wants his, okay. So
But
now-
it was not a problem because we didn't get held up for that because we weren't moving it right away anyway. I just
Right.
wanted to see it.
But they wouldn't let you on the boat.
He wouldn't let me on the boat.
Only from the fence.
Only from the fence.
All right, so eventually you get your day and you get on the boat,
Yeah.
and you see some things that are suspicious, not meaning drugs or guns or criminal stuff, but some other things that maybe were there or should have been there, but aren't there, or
Something was missing.
or
So-
not pointing any fingers or anything,
No,
but
so we bought, right, John?
Oh,
So what did you,
I don't know.
like I went on the boat.
Yeah,
Eventually got on the boat. And I go in there, and apparently this guy, like, nobody told us this. Johnny researched it. And we were basing this information off of what Johnny said and then news articles. So legitimately, the guy was nabbed 200 miles offshore, going from Mexico to Canada. So you'd think that he would have, he would have some
instrumentations,
instruments,
right?
maybe some cans of sardines. I don't know. Maybe there'd be some
Tools?
beer because they
Tools?
plucked the guy off the boat, and that was it. And they towed it.
Maybe
But
fittings for the roller furling.
there was no instrumentation. There was no. I'm thinking, where's the beer he left? There's no beer. Where's the cans of tuna that he left?
Canadians drink their beer.
Where's his toolbox? Where's his toolboxes that we would have ended up buying sight unseen from the federal government? But there was nothing. I mean, they stripped. Somebody came in and said, "Hey, I'm going to grab this, or I'm going to grab that." I'm not saying one thing or another. I'm just saying that the boat
seemed a little weird or suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, there seemed to be things missing. There were things here that we could use, definitely, right, and that were part of the boat. But then there was like, why is there no instrumentation, or why is there the helm stripped? Why is the autopilot gone? Why is the actually the autopilot's there? Why is the water maker gone? And stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, maybe this guy bought this boat as just a way to get motor from Mexico to Canada. Maybe that stuff wasn't on the boat. Maybe he didn't have any tools.
And then sell the boat after.
And so I don't know, but it seemed a little strange that when we came on the boat. So when I came on the boat, eventually, I told Johnny I took pictures so that once we actually take the boat away from the boatyard, and I was getting really pedantic about it. It's like, well, that coffee cup is still on the counter. I want to see that coffee cup on the counter when I come back in 2 months.
That's right.
And it was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was just, for me, it was odd. I'm not saying anybody actually, like, took stuff off the boat, but there was stuff that wasn't on the boat that you would think would be on the boat. But,
So you got the boat, you bought it, you got the paperwork, you're legally, lawfully licensed, insured, and all that stuff, and registered. You finally get on the boat, and then eventually there comes the day of moving day, right?
Yeah.
So tell me briefly about how was moving day? How'd that all work?
Well,
what we went through is, remember the marina right next door, and then the marina up the river,
yeah,
and the towing.
Ronnie called me up and he says, "Okay, we're moving this." And I said, "Yeah," and then he we thought about maybe going up the marina just a couple 100 yards away, and that didn't work out. And then what else did we do?
We were going to take a transient slip in Helena.
Helen.
Helen.
St. Helens.
St. Helens.
Yep.
This town, which is up the river.
Yep.
Yeah.
Down the river.
Yeah. And then
Up the river from us, but down the river from
that
Portland.
didn't work out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I ended up finding a boat tow business in just not far from Multnomah County, just around the corner. And he said, "Well, I'll tow your boat, no problem." And I thought we were going to get hosed for $5,000-$10,000. No, it ended up being $1,700.
Yeah.
Upriver.
All right. So he told you from there to
Ronnie
where?
Ronnie went
To here.
To here.
Okay.
Hauled it out.
Astoria boatyard.
To the Port of Astoria.
Okay.
Port of Astoria Boatyard. And those tow guys, it was a couple of brothers. They were fantastic.
And,
yeah.
Okay.
They,
Do you want to give them a shout out to their company?
Yeah, shut up.
we have to. You have to put it in the.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Put it in the description.
But those guys are really
I'll
fantastic.
try and put it in the links.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. Those guys are fantastic.
Good guys.
Couple brother, yeah,
And
great
you know what?
guys.
They charged us what do you say, a couple thousand?
Yeah,
And then they gave my brother $300 back.
yeah, he said
You know what? Here's $300 back.
he quoted the price, and they did an amazing job.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know much about how they were going to tow the boat. And he said, no, just do this and that. And I was sitting back here at the helm, and they were in the tow boat, him and his brother, and they towed, and they were on the radio with me and stuff, and everything worked great. And then at the end of it, he says, well, he says, here's a couple $100 back because it really wasn't as much stress as we thought. He was really honest.
So what? When did you get to Astoria and in the boatyard here then?
Oh, that was about June of 2021.
Yeah.
June of 2021. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I started watching the boat kind of on and off here and there, trying to figure out because I saw the back of it, like a big old pirate ship boat. I'm like, oh man, this boat's awesome. I want to see inside there.
That's right.
So what, May of this year, I caught you at the boat and you let me walk around and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, and then some things happened today. I'll put that in a different video. We can show that.
Sure.
We'll show that stuff. And then kind of last, and this is kind of our surprise for next week's video. So when the boat was seized by the Coast Guard and U.S. Customs got involved, apparently they were drilling for drugs and whatever else, right?
We'll show you. We'll take the video of the what
the damage.
Ronnie and I thought it's gonna, and my wife even thought. Diana was saying like, oh my God, there's gonna be a boatload of damage everywhere, like stuff's ripped apart.
Yeah.
Big gaping holes, and then we'll put that on the next video for sure.
We'll do that. We'll do a video of that.
It was good. The boat was not ripped apart. It was taken care of.
Yeah. Minus the holes drilled here and there.
Minus the holes drilled here and there.
Cause I'll tell you what.
Oblivious holes.
Granted, you bought it that way.
Yeah, we bought it that way.
And you know it could be that way.
Yeah.
But as just a layman who knows nothing about nothing, and again, we'll show this in the next video. Someone drilled a hole in the side of a wall, and all they need to do is go around the corner and open up the closet and see that it's a closet.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, I mean, all due credit to the guys who were, like,
doing their
searching
job.
the boat. They didn't destroy the boat. There were some holes cut that it seemed like they tried to hide the holes where they were cut, and they didn't destroy the whole boat. But there was a couple of holes that they cut that they didn't have any forethought. Like you're saying, go around to the other side.
Like the shower?
But then the biggest one that Johnny couldn't stand was they drilled holes in the side of the water tank when all they had to do is pop the top off the water tank. But Johnny fixed that. Right?
Yeah, I fixed that. I put stainless plugs
in them.
All right, we'll cover that in the next video.
Yeah.
Right on.
But the big thing for me is we're still looking for those packages of $10,000 hidden in the walls.
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet.
All right. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, and make a comment. I'd really appreciate that. Thanks for watching.